Okay, where's the link? Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Hello. What the hell? Yo, yo, yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's up with this microphone, man? Where is where is the link, damn it? Who somebody watching. Hi. If you watching, say something to put something in the chat. I'm trying to figure out how the hell. Where is the damn oh boy. What is going on with this damn thing? Okay. Is this thing hello? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? I need to know if it's working. If the microphone is working, baby. I can't deal with this BS. I can't deal with this BS. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let me go put this in here. Ooh. Goddamn. 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 All right. All right. So. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Like, not able with your stupid shit. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Checking this craziness, man. What the hell? All right. So, I might as well just go and see what happened. So, mental health, right? Mental health, my own personal belief is that mental health is optimal in quality of life and well-being for everyone. And it might seem, you know what? They say just go, so I'm gonna just go. Like I said. mean, how do I really know when to start? Because it's so crazy. Talking about my story and mental health, I'm dealt with all types of abuse of different sorts, and whether it be emotional, mental, physical. You know, and it's hard to deal with those demons every day. Wondering how you are as a person, who you are as a person, if the things that happened was your fault. Why did they have to happen to you? You wonder, like, are you like worth anything? Does anybody care? Does anybody love you? Like, for what? Especially if you try and be genuine, be a decent human being as a whole. Not going around screwing people over, but really trying to really help them, even if they don't know how to help themselves. It's hard to show empathy in this world today, in which everybody is so damn cutthroat and like out for self. Like nobody really cares about the next person unless it benefits them. And then once you get your benefit from, once they get their benefit from you, they don't give a fuck no more. They don't care no more. And it's like, where's the humanity that everybody talks about? Everybody want to talk about humanity, but don't nobody want to be human. Folks always want to talk about looking and changing the world and making a change. And Mike said it best, but don't nobody want to follow Mike ideology as far as looking at the man in the mirror, because a lot of us don't want to see and realize how ugly we really are as people. We don't want to hold ourselves accountable. We want to pin the blame on somebody else so we could feel like I could sleep good at night because I'm running away from my problems, pinning it on the next person. How is that going to solve anything for you, man? Like, all you doing is just making the problem worse. Like, how can you really expect to heal? How can you expect to heal when you keep picking at the damn wound? Like, make it make sense. As a man who's a survivor of domestic violence, whether it be uh parental domestic violence or like from your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever. Like, as a man dealing with that is very difficult because you told to do the right thing, right? And maybe I don't want to off on a rant. This is the whole point and gist of what I'm talking about or what I'm ranting about is the fact that if you deal with domestic violence as a man and you go tell the necessary authorities, depending on where you are, where I grew up, it wasn't no. You got mocked. Like in a public sense, yeah, you did the right thing, but in actuality, you got mocked. If a woman put her hands on a man in New York and the man didn't retaliate, then he was looked at as he wasn't a man. Even if he did the right thing, the cops is going to roast this motherfucker and then probably try to holler at his bitch. Like, I've seen it. So it's like how does that make you feel when it's like I'm told to do the right thing and don't hit women, and this is pre Me Too, whatever the case is, pre equality or whatever. But it's like at the same token, if she hit him, it's like damn near no type of repercussions. It's like how can women who are abusers and play the damsel role so well, that narcissistic shit, go around acting one way privately, but putting on a whole different face in public. Mind you, you're messing with people's lives doing that. That's not cool. It's not cool, especially people who love you, who take time to invest in you. Like, That's a slap in the face to them because they don't have to take time out of their life. They don't have to take any part of their life to invest in you and help you if y'all supposed to be a team. You know, teams go through riffraffs, disagreements, arguments, fights, even, but you don't sabotage the team. Like from a mental health standpoint, if you come in, it's like you got the let's take it back for a second. You go back to the schoolyard days, recess, and you got the one kid who was a social outcast or whatever the case may be for whatever reason, but he always was trying to be friendly, not try too hard because that's just who he was, but just try, hey, how you doing? Try to be open to things, try to be, accepting, tolerable. And then when you be accepting, tolerable, and open, to even to people who are not necessarily the same way, you get dirt thrown in your face, you get your head busted open, you get beat up, like for trying to be a nice person. And I'm talking about children. I'm talking about children, like because children could be some evil motherfuckers too. We all used to be one. We all ain't nobody was a perfect child. Nobody. Everybody did some some shit they ain't had no business doing when they was a kid. It don't got to be major. It don't got to be minor. It don't got to be major. You did something that you wasn't supposed to do. At some point, and you wonder why when you get treated the way that you do by society, when society tells you to be accepting, open, and tolerable of people and the surroundings, and you get beat down, you start really wondering, like, yo, like, what is this for? Like, why am I doing all this? Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be a dick. I ain't trying to be a bigot. Even if there are people who are different from me, that doesn't mean I gotta be an asshole to them. That doesn't mean I have to be mean to them. That doesn't mean I have to degrade or demean or dehumanize them. Not at all. It's just something that I may not agree with. Now, as long as you respect me, I respect you, and that basis is there. We good. I don't care what you do. As long as you ain't hurting yourself and nobody, have at it. And to have a lot of compassion. I don't like to use that L word because that L word gets a lot of people in trouble. When I use it, I mean it though. Like for me to use, I don't know. Right now, I can't bring what up. Can't really bring myself to really say, it. But to to show that emotion. I mean, we know we're not always gonna get it back. Fair enough. We know we're not always gonna get it back, but it would just be nice to be like, okay, everybody talk about karma and God can't give you what you can't handle and blah blah blah. I ain't gonna touch on that, but it's just how am I supposed to keep going when everything keeps tearing me down? Like I said, if I do the right thing and I'm dealing with domestic violence at home, I'm supposed to I'm supposed to put the lady in check or put my partner in check, right? So you want to enable and condone domestic violence at the end of the day, which condones abuse, which in turns disenfranchises the people who are being abused, trying to get away from those toxic situations. So whether it be a man or a woman, if you are in a situation where abuse is involved, and you let the authorities that are supposed to assist you know, and they don't, and then you take matters into your own hands, everybody looks at you like you're the bad guy. Nobody wants to take into the account that, okay, X, Y, and Z person A, B, and C, let's just say Dan is trying to bring up a grievance that, let's just say, his wages is being tampered with. And the fact that he brings up that his wages is being tampered with and how it's affecting his train of thought, let's just say for the sake of this purpose, for the purpose of this argument, so to speak, Dan is working with a company in a state where he ain't from, is completely like alien to a lot of things, and then Dan gets fired. How you think Dan's mental health is going to be after he's being told that he's being let go? Especially after the fact that he raised the grievance that there was something going on with him that he felt should be addressed. How do you think he's going to feel? If you weren't listening to his concerns and what he felt needed to be addressed, and then you terminate this person, and you tell them like happy holidays or some wild shit. Like, so now here's another caveat. Here's another thing. You got a situation where Dan is working for this company, but Dan is being terminated. But at the same time, while he's being terminated, he's being told that he's getting paid 2 weeks' notice. In addition to other things, but he's being terminated, huh? How is that beneficial to Dan's mental health when Dan was told that he should be able to go raise concerns without repercussion to be fired? Especially before, like, around the holiday season, no less. But you want to talk about compassion. Now, we all see what's going on in the world today with these active shooters and school shootings and whatnot. And a lot of the times, it's no way to condone it. What they've done is foul, it's horrible, it's tragic. But at the same time, all of those things, or majority of those things, could have been prevented if somebody would have just actually listened. We got ears, so we know we can hear. So, but it's listening is the main thing. And if he sometimes all you gotta do is just listen. Like really listen, and a lot of things could be stopped. When it comes to mental health. When it comes to men and mental health, when it comes to black men and mental health. Like when they're going through things, whether it's personal relationships, professional relationships, and when things are going on that are affecting them. What's affecting them is in turn affecting the workplace, which in turn is affecting the environment. So if that person is trying to reach out in some ways to be like, yo, like, help me, don't put on the fake front and talk about empathy and compassion, knowing damn well you ain't going to do nothing at the end. If you ain't going to do nothing, just don't do nothing. But don't give people a full sense of hope when they need it, especially around this time of year, whether it be current pandemic or pre-pandemic. Like, no. You never know what folks is dealing with at the end of the day. So you gotta show compassion. You gotta show empathy. You gotta show understanding. And even from a men's standpoint, is definitely different. Whether it come from the older generation, the 20th century generation, or the 21st century generation, where you're not supposed to do certain things because it doesn't show masculineness. It doesn't show manliness. It doesn't show your macho bravado, so to speak. So you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to show emotions. You're not supposed to be in tune with feminine aspects of life and society unless you're dealing with a woman. Like you, as a man, like you're not supposed to have any nurturing aspects. You're not supposed to show any type of care. Like I don't know who came up with that. I guess because of the whole protector thing and being, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it don't have to be hyper masculine. By no means. And men have a big issue with pride. Men are proud individuals, and sometimes we don't like to ask for help, but when we do, it's a hard thing, but it's even harder when you ask for help to be humble, to really humble yourself and then be like, nah. It's like asking for help is like making yourself vulnerable, like pretty much dressing down naked or coming to somebody naked and asking them for clothes. It's embarrassing. In some ways, it could be humiliating, but it's something that you need to do if you're trying to keep yourself warm. And you don't have there are no other clothes around. There is no other means to cover yourself. You know, to do that, and then just to be mocked and to be told by certain types of people who don't understand certain differences and different cultures and different backgrounds, how to be told how to act or how to conduct yourself, because to make others feel comfortable in a workplace environment or even in a personal environment, everybody should be able to be comfortable. If there is some uncomfort, then that uncomfort needs to be addressed amongst everybody to where a resolution could be come to, and everybody could be at peace and comfortable and be a unit, whether it be professionally or personally. Communication is key. You I don't think you could be judgmental without communicating with the person first and trying to understand them and their actions and the means and their ways of thinking and why they do certain things and why they are the way that they are. But men are protectors. We provide. At the end of the day, sometimes when we got to provide for families and things get hard, it's hard to bring that notion forward that I need help. I got to figure out how am I going to provide this? How am I going to do this? If you got kids, if you got newborns, how am I going to get diapers? If you done lost your job, you ain't got no other means, and you trying to reach out for help, and everybody's sending you for the okie doke, whether they just want to be on some BS or whether it's some profiling involved or some slight racism, which is profiling. You don't have to be racist to be profiled. So yeah, you could put those two separate. You could put those two things separate at the end of the day, and it's just people gotta understand. Like I said, going back to the whole violent reactions, it's not right. I don't condone it, but to a slight extent, just to a slight extent. Once again, I'm not condoning any of those actions. Understand why they did it. That's all. Because nobody was listening. When things go way left, it's because somebody didn't listen. Now, as men, you got to deal with the stigma of, oh my God, he didn't do anything. He was this, that, and the third. They might try and drag your character, make you seem like you something that you're not even allow on you to justify whatever after you doing what you're doing to make you another statistic. And then for what? Now you then became a news story because you didn't necessarily think about the overall grand scheme of things. You just acted in the moment. And that's where these tragedies come from, people acting in the moment in some ways. How many times you done heard about folks, oh, I done got fired from my job, now somebody came up there and shot the whole shit up. But yeah, instead they tried to make it seem like, oh, y'all did me wrong when I bring up something, and then when I react this way, then all of a sudden I'm the villain. When y'all could have stopped this. Like that's not right. That is not right. That is not right. That is not fair to anybody. And as much as I'm talking about men in the stream, women deal with it too. It's not fair to nobody to go through that. At the end of the day, I'm this wasn't the best one, but I hope y'all understand and get the gist of it. Just to understand that, be compassionate with certain things. Try to understand. Don't just go off of what somebody else is saying when you could find out things for yourself, because you don't know how you could affect that person, especially now. Especially now. Especially now. This might not have been the best. This is my first one, but I'm just trying to get comfortable. I'm trying to get comfortable, and I hope anybody else who see this can get comfortable too. And please express your thoughts in the comments below. I'm gonna make more songs that just because I'm people need to understand, like, yo, like fellas need to understand, like, yo, it's all right, man. It's hard, especially black men. It's hard, from being attacked based off of appearance, being hypersexualized, being exploited. Whether it's because of the hair, skin tone. If you bless below the waist, you know how that go. Either way, like women could be blessed below the waist too. Have go both ways. Like is in terms of the fact that that's just how some people just see us. It's just expendable and just there for your own personal pleasure and enjoyment at the end of the day, or even for your own personal professional enjoyment to try and exploit somebody. Like, just nah, man. You don't do that to people. And then when I talk about showing compassion, no less, in a public forum, when you causing people hell, like, no, no. I honestly feel that mental and emotional abuse should be charged and tried as criminal offenses, because those are the actions that which in turn to lead to violent reactions, which in turn causes crimes of passion that could have been stopped. That could have been stopped. Those tragedies that happened, very unfortunate. But if somebody was listening and paying attention, things could have been avoided. We ain't got nobody have everybody talk about time. Give me time. Give me time. Ain't that much motherfucking time left. Okay. So as much as you gotta be patient, you also gotta move forward. You could be patient, but for so long, but you don't want to rush yourself too much either. Just everything gonna be okay. Maybe I'm doing this for myself at the same token, and hope other people watching it. I don't know. I'm just whatever at this point. Hey, yo, what up, bro? How you been? How you been? How long you been lurking on this? This is old buddy who I knew from back in New York. I'm good, man. What's up? What's up with you? You gonna say anything? So he just made me think of another point. Don't do anything crazy. There's means, because matter of fact, thank you. Because as much as I was about to end my rant, you made me think of a very valid point that I never touched on while I've been having this rant. Is the fact that there's always something more productive to do, and your life is always more valuable than acting on your impulses. That's honestly what all of this is about. Do not act on impulses when you are angry because somebody hurt you, because you have things that you need to accomplish and you want to do, and you can't necessarily do that behind bars. And especially now, you got to be smart. There's nothing wrong with being angry. There's nothing wrong with having your emotions, but you have to be smart in that, because they will try and railroad you. They will try and make you and put you in a box and make you seem like you just some wild belligerent animal who have no self-control. No. No. So you do what you need to do is best, but think. Think first. How do you maneuver in that situation where you don't get yourself in trouble, even though you've been the one that's been wrong? How do you fight somebody without fighting them? You use your brain. And with that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.